For those of you that are interested in watching the Gospel Conspiracy this weekend, I wanted to give you a little more context on what this event is all about. I've considered that this might be the most important teaching I've ever put together. And I know that's a mouthful, but I'll explain why I believe that. This is a very sacred task to me to bring back the gospel, the true gospel of Jesus, which was lost to history and sort of usurped and replaced by the gospel of Paul in the Roman Catholic Church. So if you find this topic even remotely interesting for any reason, then what I'm about to show you this weekend is going to blow your mind, and I think probably inspire you in a way you haven't felt before. Most of you know I grew up as a pastor's kid, third generation pastor's son. I got my bachelor's degree in theology at ORU, worked as a full-time pastor before I came out of Christianity at 23 due to the overwhelming amount of contradictions and the hypocrisy and the logical fallacies that I just couldn't reconcile any longer. And although I began to pick up on these contradictions between Paul's teachings and Jesus's teachings in my 20s, as I began to realize that the religion I grew up in was really the religion of Paul, not Jesus, this sort of just disturbed me on a level that I couldn't reconcile or live with anymore. And so since then, I've come to discover that what my gut instinct was telling me back then was just the tip of the iceberg. The true weight of evidence about this topic is absolutely overwhelming and explosive and as clear as day. So if you like, paradigm shifting, controversial conversations, well, this one makes the Da Vinci Code look like child's play by comparison. Scholars actually call this topic the Battle of the Apostles, the story of how Jesus' 12 hand-selected disciples, 2 of which were his own blood brothers, and the Apostle Paul, or Saul of Tarsus, were actually mortal enemies who vehemently opposed one another's gospels. Paul even goes so far as to mock Jesus' 12 disciples, calling them hypocrites, deceitful workmen, servants of Satan. Oh yes, it's all there in Paul's writings, and I'm going to break it down for you in this presentation this weekend. But to overstate the obvious, the implications of this are explosive and potentially world-changing. And so I want to give this topic the reverence it deserves in this presentation. So I cannot stress how excited I am for this presentation on Saturday, August 31st at 2 p.m. Central, the Gospel Conspiracy, how the gospel of Jesus was replaced by the gospel of Paul. If you grew up Christian or religious in any way, or if you're just interested in this topic, then I promise you're not going to want to miss this one. You can type the word gospel in the comments below if you're watching on Instagram, and I'll DM you the link. If you're on YouTube, you'll see it in the link below. And the replay will be sent to everybody, even if you can't join live, so you won't miss it. All right? Lots of love. I'll see you all there.